this particular job step by step.
Okay.
And then we will do
Okay.
it together live. And then if you have any particular questions while we're doing it, then you can ask them.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
that's essentially that. So, okido. All right, so the first thing that we're going to go over and what we're going to cover is how to launch new ads and turn them off. So
Okay.
essentially, the purpose here is to launch
If
new
it
ads
does.
and turn them off once they hit
Okay.
1,000 measurable impressions, right? So this is important, not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not just impressions, but measurable impressions.
Okay.
And when
Okay.
does this task start? Well, it's very simple. This task starts when this video shows up in this particular Notion page under not started.
Okay.
So if we go
Okay.
to the Notion where you have access
Okay.
to, you will see this particular page, and it has different pages.
Okay.
It has, let's say, it has hook creation and hook testing and tested hooks.
Okay.
These
Okay.
these three actually are going to be important for you. And mainly hook testing and
Okay.
tested hooks, but just for you to understand when things move in a particular order. So
Okay.
we have people creating content, and that moves from this part to this part if that content is
Okay.
approved. So you don't
Okay.
really have to worry too much about it. This will happen automatically, but essentially we have people creating content and they put the YouTube link of that content inside of here, and the manager does this, approved by creative director CD, and if the YouTube link
Okay.
is there, then it should move automatically to hook testing. And this essentially means that there is a piece of content that has been reviewed by the team, has been approved, and that is ready to run as an ad on YouTube. Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's that. So if we go into hook testing, here, this is your starting point. So you will see like an item here that is not started. This means that
Yeah.
this needs to be tested. There
Okay.
needs an ad needs to be created, and this
Okay.
ad needs to be run. And
Okay.
essentially, your job is to move it from not started to in progress to done. So how do we
Okay.
do that?
Okay.
So this is the starting point. We essentially have to
Okay.
create a particular campaign. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
If
Okay.
we click on this one, on the Notion card, you'll be able to see different information. So the things that matter is for you this one, the YouTube link. All right. An ad link later.
Yeah.
So for now,
Okay.
this is what matters at this particular stage. So, okay, so we
Okay.
have essentially, this is our creative, and we're gonna have to launch that in our particular campaign. Now,
Okay.
that's that. So, yeah, it's important that everything there is working. So actually, when you see this, like check if the YouTube link here is working and that it makes sense. So like the idea here of trying to change the mind of a CS2 cheater, if we go to the YouTube link, right? So that's the title of the video. This is a video title, by the way. Trying to change the mind of a CS2 cheater. If we go to the YouTube link,
Hi guys.
we can see the title here. POV, you're a girl playing CS2. That's the title of the video. You can see that here in the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, here this is a good example. This is a mismatch. So like the video is trying to change the mind of a CS2 cheater, but this is POV, you're a girl playing CS2. This is actually not the correct link. So
Okay.
if you see that, like, hey, check if the YouTube link there is working, like that's one, like that it actually loads, but also that it's up to date with the correct title. Like here, this is not up to date. So if that is the case, you can just send me a message and say like, hey, like this link
Sure.
is not up to date. This is not working. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So the title would be match with the ad creative, right? Ad creative, the title.
Yes, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what
Okay.
I'll do is to make things a little bit easier, I'll create one channel where about like ads and issues. Where create channel. Next. Creative issues. So if you feel like there is an issue with the creative, like it's not matching or the YouTube link is not there, then you flag that here in this particular channel, and you just write down,
Yeah,
for
sure.
example, like this, like in this case, it's this Notion card, right? That's not started.
Okay.
You can copy that Notion card if you click on it, and then here in
Yeah.
the URL itself, you can copy that. So just Control C, put that here. you can write first. There's an issue, like issue double point wrong title, right?
Okay.
And you can write it here. You can flag that. Maybe you can solve the issue yourself. So like in this case, we can see that it's POV you're a girl playing CS2. Like if we go back to hook creation, that it's actually this video, POV you're a girl playing CS2. So if that is the case, if you can solve an issue yourself, please do so. If not, then you can just flag it in the Slack channel, and we'll fix that. So this is probably not going to be the case many times. I'm just going to fix this for you here. So I put that the correct link in the YouTube link here.
Okay.
And this should all be, this ones you should not touch, like ready for approval YouTube link. So forget what I'm saying now. If there's an issue, just flag it in the channel, all right? But just so you see how things happen if they get moved to that thing. So 1 second, let me just put that here. Boom, okay, let me just remove this. There you go. Yeah, okay. So this is what happens. This gets approved by the creative director. The YouTube link is present, and the editor notifies that the YouTube link there is present, and then it shows up here in the not started. So let's check with this one, POV your girl playing CS2. Let's check that, the YouTube link. Does this make sense? POV your girl playing CS2. POV your girl playing CS2. Yeah, this actually makes sense. Cool. Now we can move on to the next step. So that's the first thing. Checking if everything is here.
Yeah.
The second thing is you got to create the ad group. So as you can see, there's going to be probably between like 14 to 24, between 10 and 25 like different ads being run every single week.
Okay.
And each ad should be targeted towards a particular country. Meaning that, let's say if you have an ad here like POV or your girl playing CS2, that needs to run in one particular country. And that so that's that. If you have another creative, if you have another ad, that can run in a different country, right? And it's your job to kind of like mix and match to see if the slot is available for that particular country, yes or no. So in this case, that's why we have created this particular spreadsheet, is as kind of like a tool for you to very easily see like, hey, which country right now is free and which country right now is not free, like it's currently testing, right? Like the ad is being tested, like it's running. So this is also important that you keep this up to date. Why? Because it will allow you to have an easier time doing this particular job, because else you're gonna have to scroll through the Google Ads account, find which ad is now not running, like is running. So it takes a lot of time to find like an open slot. So this essentially, this Google Sheet, like this type of country overview, is designed to help you find where those open slots are. For example, Denmark, 23 September. Was the end date. Now is the 26th of September. So normally this campaign should be finished. So let me just click on here on Denmark. So it's like hyperlinked here. So it's just easier for you. If you don't find any hyperlinks, you can add those hyperlinks yourself later to make it easy. So let's say Denmark. I click on that, and then that should take me directly to the ad group here, right? So you're familiar with this interface, right? Yeah, so we are here in the ad group, and we can see there's no ads running. So that means, because nothing here is green. If things would be green here, right, then these things are running, but everything here is paused. So this actually should have been updated, which means free, right? And then like this end date I can delete, and the creative I can delete. And then Netherlands, let's just clean it up a little bit. Let's see if Netherlands is running or not. You can also see that here, by the way, like if nothing, like there's no views being generated, that's one. But always, it could be that the campaign is just not getting views at that particular moment. So it's best to just verify if nothing here is like green. You can also have filters here, like if you let's say here, if you go to, where is this? Ad group status. If you here you have all, but if you click, for example, on enabled, then it only shows you any ad groups that are enabled. So if you don't see anything, that means that there is no ad group running at that particular moment, right?
Okay.
Very important to take into consideration the date range that you're viewing by, right? You're viewing data between this. It's always very important that you keep that to like up to date with either the last week or the last 2 weeks, depending on your analysis. But that's very important to also take that into consideration, because it might, if I take, for example, for like from the 17th until the 3, I'm going to get data that is not really relevant. I'm still going to see which ad group is enabled or not, or paused by this filter if I want to. But that's just a little hack, like a little trick for you to find out if things are enabled or not in a fast way. But yeah, green they're on, and if they're gray, then they're paused, they're not on. So here again, like same with Denmark. So here Netherlands is essentially free, and we can remove this one, and now it's essentially open for business, right? We can use this particular ad group to get our job done, which is moving this one to in progress, right? The POV, your girl playing CS2. Like we gotta essentially launch that ad. So that's how it starts. So again, so if we want to recap things come in not started here in hook testing. You click on that, you verify the YouTube link, and now once everything is verified, right? The title makes sense. Now you got to create that campaign. So what I like to do is I like to go into the spreadsheet country overview, and I like to find like very easily which one is free. Like here, if this is free, if this is green, right, that means that there is no ad running. So I can go in and I can start creating the campaign within this particular campaign. I can create the ad group within the campaign. Does everything make sense up until this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Once we are here,
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, perfect. So once we are here, we want to create and duplicate a new ad group. Okay. So in order to create this ad, so it's very simple. We just click on this once. I press Control C on my keyboard, and now you can see there's one ad group copied. It says paste using the edit menu. I can do that, or I can just press Control V. If I press Control V, select the campaigns to paste your ad groups. It's here in Test Denmark. That's fine, right? Because that we're using in Test Denmark. So once selected, cool. Just click on Done. You don't have to select this. You click Paste. What I like to do here is I like to take the campaign that we just used. So when you're going to be managing this, you're going to have a better understanding of the type of campaigns that you just turn off or turn on. So I always like to take the most recent one. But it's important that you copy one and that you duplicate it in this particular section. So okay, there we go. We wait. Then it says done. But if you can't press Control C, Control V on your keyboard for some reason, you can also just select one, click on here on Edit, copy, and then Edit, and then Paste, and then you have the same effect. But the Control C, Control V is just a shortcut.
Okay? Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. So how do you know if something is copied successfully? So like what you just saw, like that message is like, yeah, this thing was just copied. But you'll also see like the naming convention here. It will always have that name of the one that you copied with the hashtag 2, indicating that this is a duplicate. Okay. Yeah. So what you do after you've copied this, you edit the name, and you essentially take you got to make sure that the week is correct. So let's say it's your first week starting. So this is you have shorts _ this is our current naming convention. Subject to change. If you find this way too confusing and you can come up with a way that is a lot easier, then you can change the naming convention. Just let me know. But right now we just have shorts _ the week. So W1 _ I1. So this is like intro, like the video itself. So it's better actually that this is called V. So video version, right? So video 1, and then the title of the video. Why this? So we want to be able to track like in which week which tests we did. So that's that. And then the version of that particular creative. Let's say if that video, the one that you saw, POV your girl, you're a girl playing CS2, this is the first version of a creative. Let's say we want to test a second version of this particular idea of this creative, then the version will be number 2 and not number 1, right? So we're able to track throughout which versions of the videos we are at and what the results of those versions are. Okay? If it's getting confusing, just let me know. Do you want me to proceed?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the thing that you have to change is here then again like the week. Let's say if this is the second, if your second week, then you put the week to like 2, right? Right now it's the week 1. Let's say if this is the second version of the video, which should be shown somewhere in Notion, right? Right now we don't have that, like what version of the video it is. So that's something that we have to write here, right? So add property, and we'll do like, for example, let's say version, right? If it's a second version, then it should be written here, right? So by other team members. So that just needs to be like a little bit tightened up. But yeah, anyways, you get the version from there. You need to add that. So if that's the version, the week, and then the title of the video. So the title of this video is POV you're a girl playing CS2. So you can essentially just copy this by going in Notion, Control C. That's why it's important to like know these shortcuts. And then you just select this, and then you Control V, and click on Save. Right? So now you have this, like the naming convention for this particular ad group correct. Okay? Okay. Now we click into this particular ad. We click once, then we click once again. Now we are at the ad level. So we went from ad group to the ad level, right? So you can see the different groups here. You are familiar with this, right? Campaigns, ad group, ads.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are in the ad level, and now we got to change the creative itself, the ad, because obviously this is not POV you're a girl playing CS2. This is a one that we just duplicated from before, so it's going to have that particular creative from before. So we have to change that. How do we do that? Is by clicking this button, the edit button, right?
Yeah.
Click on edit, and now we go into the editor for the actual creative. Now, in order to save you time, because you already copied the title from last time, right? In the Notion. So you can just copy that. You can just, like the long headline, the description, and the ad name all need to be changed, okay, to your updated title. So I just select this and I do Control V. POV you're a girl playing CS2. Control V, POV you're a girl playing CS2. Control V, POV you're a girl playing CS2. All right? So I make sure that the long headline, the description, and the ad name, that this is all changed. Now, but the video is still wrong. So how do we change the video? Very simple. We go back to
we need to upload the.
Yeah, sorry, go for it.
Yeah, we need to upload the video.
Yeah, the video is already uploaded to YouTube. So the only thing that you need to do is you need to go to back to Notion, go here to YouTube link, and copy this link, right?
Yeah,
so you can copy that by clicking copy to clipboard. Go back here to this one, and the first thing is just click this away, right? Click this away. Don't be scared. Your information is still saved. I know now it doesn't show, but now just click Control V, and there you go. There you will see the new video that just loaded in. But very important, Jero, this one, the final URL, very important. This one didn't change yet. So this one you also gotta, again, you gotta select Control V, and now this is the URL of the video that you actually need. By default, Google Ads doesn't change that, okay? So that will always be the one that you duplicated. That's it. So this is done. We can now click on Save Ad. Any questions in this particular part so far?
I don't have any questions, but I need to watch them again. So if I get the tutorials, I will watch them again.
Okay. All right. So you click on Save Ad. There we go. Now you will see that this ad is under review, right? So this always takes time. So it takes a few hours for Google to do that. If an ad gets disapproved, that's when you need to act. You you need to dispute the decision. We'll go into that later. Let's just assume that everything here will go well, and this takes time. Now, this doesn't mean that the ad is still running. Like, it's not running yet, because if it's still paused, because we just duplicated a paused ad group. Do you remember when we went like into this sheet and we saw like, hey, everything is free, right? So that's because none of them is running, and because we duplicated that, this one is also just like paused. So in order to unpause that, we just go on ad groups. All right, and then we click on this one. And then we click on enable. And now this is enabled. All right.
So it will start. Yeah, it will start to run, right?
Yeah. Yes. Well, now the ad group is enabled, but if you see here on the dates, the start and end date, it ended 2 days ago. So this campaign actually can't run unless we change the campaign settings itself. Which is what we're gonna have to do now. Okay. So if we just go back to the SOP. To like go over all the things that we've done. So we found an open slot by checking that country overview sheet, right? So that was this one. You have access to this.
This one.
Yeah, I'll just update the link here also. There you go. We go to the relevant campaign in Google Ads by clicking on the link in the sheet, right? So that was by going here and then clicking this. We copy that ad group within the campaign, making sure that all the other ad groups are disabled. Then we change the title of the ad group following the naming convention that we talked about, updating the week, the version number, and then the name of the actual video, right, or thumbnail. We edit the ad within the ad group. We update the headlines of the ad to reflect the accurate video title. We click on that cross to remove the video. We copy that YouTube video link from the sheet or from Notion, right? So this is from Notion. And then you save the ad, right? Now, so you got to edit the campaign's budget so it can get the desired results. So this is not like there's no custom GPT, but essentially these results and these costs is something that you're going to have to monitor, because some countries are going to be more expensive than others. Some are going to be more cheaper. At the end of the day, what we have to achieve is we got to get 1,000 measurable impressions. That's what we need for every single ad here that we are doing. Okay. So in this case, the default is 40 AED, 40 dirham. So let me go back to the 1 second. So the steps that we're going to be doing is we're going to be editing the campaign's budget. We're going to be editing the campaign's ending date. And then we're going to click save. And then essentially the campaign will be running. So that's the last steps that we will do. Okay. So let's do that together. So if we go back, if you remember, we did all these steps. We just turned this from pause to enable. Now we're going to change things on the campaign level. So I click here, that's Denmark, right? I just click here in the middle, and I go now here into campaign settings. Okay, so I click on campaign settings, and I go here to budget and dates. All right, budget and dates. Now, you'll see there is a particular budget already for this campaign in total and the amount spent. Normally, this amount is always spent. Sometimes you could have turned it, when you're managing this well, and which you will, the amount will not have been spent yet because you would have paused it. So you got to do a little bit of math here. So let's say if you know that in order to get 1,000 measurable impressions for Denmark, it costs you, let's say, 10 AED, then you're just going to make sure that there is 10 AED budget for this particular campaign, taking into consideration with the amount spent so far. So in this scenario, because it's not 10 AED, it's a little bit more. I believe now it's like we are 20 AED. So I'm going to take 20 AED. These prices will change. So that's why it's important for you to start, and I'm asking you to create that, to have some kind of a costing sheet where you understand how much money it costs to get like X amount of measurable impressions. So in your sheet, you're going to have another tab called short cost. You can change that a little bit to make sure that it's, easy for you. I'm not an accountant, like I don't have experience there. So I'm leaning on your expertise here. But here we can see, for example, like in the last test that we did for Denmark, we got 2,000 measurable impressions. All right. for
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
AED. But we only have to get 1,000. So really, like the amount of AED that I can spend in this particular campaign is like 7.5. But
Okay. Okay.
to give the Google a little bit of wiggle room, I'm just gonna put 10 dirham, right? So 10 AED, and I'm gonna let it run. So if we do now, what is 102.2 plus 10? Well, it's 112. So I do 112, let's say 0.2, fine.
Okay.
So now the budget here is fixed, but now, unless you click save, when you click save, then it's fixed. If you don't click save, nothing is changed. But now we still got to change the end date. So for shorts, when it comes to short form content, there is two types of content. We have long form content and short form content. Now we're going to be explaining short form, and this weekend also you're going to be practicing short form. From next week, you're going to be going into long form. It's the same process, just different naming conventions and different budgets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And different times. So for short form content, you can get 1,000 measurable impressions within a day. So that means today is the September 26th. It takes a few hours for the ad to get reviewed, right? So we're going to set the end date tomorrow. So 1 day from now.
Okay.
So in the end date, we go here is not 26. Let's do 27. Yeah, great.
Okay.
So let's just verify. Budget is good. Boom. September 26th, 27th. Cool. We click on save. And there we go. That's it. Now this campaign is up and running in Google Ads.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
Once this is up and running in Google Ads, what I like to do is I like to go back to my country overview, and I put like this status from free to test, from free to testing. And I put the end date 26 September.
26.
And I put the
27,
creative.
huh?
Ah, yes, you're right. Yeah, good eyes. Good job. And very good job. And then the creative is then, well, it was the POV, your girl playing CS2. Let's just make sure that we use the exact same naming here as in Notion, and therefore also in Google Ads.
Okay.
There we go. And now I adjust Notion. And what I do now, very simple, I just move this from POV, your girl playing CS2 to in progress.
Started in progress. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's that. So that is how to essentially put the campaigns into in progress and like launch to create the campaigns and launch the campaigns. These are the steps. Do you have any questions regarding this part so far?
No, I have any. No, I don't have.
Okay. Now the question becomes, how do we monitor? Sorry, I forgot one more step. So to make life easy for you. So after you've done this, this is in progress. Please go to the ad group. So go back to your Google Ads and go into your ad group. So now you can see this one is green, right? So that means this one is running. Like this one is enabled.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't mean that it's running yet, because you can see here the status of this campaign is, you can see here pending all ads under review.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's under review.
Yeah. So all that's on a review. And if there's any issue, you will see that if there's an appeal like this one, like, okay, we'll dive into that later. But yeah, so go here, click on this one to finish like that particular task. Click on this one. Now you're in the ad group, on the ad group level and on the ads level actually. Just click on this. Make sure that the date is right. So now the date is not right. So we have June 17th to July 3rd. That's not good. Let's just take the last 7 days. But I like also, like, I like to take also like this day, to be honest. Okay. So we copy this and we put this here under ad link. So on the Notion card, right? Here, POV or girl playing CS2. On that, I like to then paste that here. So I Control V. Why? Because when you're going to be monitoring, your job is to make sure that these ads go to 1,000 measurable impressions. And as soon as they hit 1,000 measurable impressions, you got to pause that ad group. It's not possible to have an automation there. It doesn't work with Google. It's not possible. So that has to be monitored with your eyes. So you click on let's say you click on this ad link, ads.google, and now you can see, like, you're directly into this ad. You can see how many measurable impressions you're at, and it makes it very easy to monitor. Because else you're gonna, you could, the other alternative, which is also like good by the way, but you could go to ad groups, make sure that you have campaign, like view all 51 campaigns in this view, and sort everything from measurable impressions. And then you can start identifying problems very fast. Because for example, here, this one, you can, like here, this is paused, this is running, this is paused, everything else is paused besides this one. But you can see here, this one right now is still running, is enabled, and the measurable impressions are at 3,000.
3,000.
So we are overspending. Now this is at 39 dirham. This is a problem. This is my mistake because I did not have like the time to like go in and do this and pause this. That's why you're now like going to be doing this job. Is as soon as this hits 1,000, it's got to be like above 1,000. It's got to be paused. So I should go here and click on pause to avoid that from spending any more money. Right?
Okay.
But we'll go now into like how to monitor it. So that is one way to monitor it, right? So that we go in that. Another way to do it is if you go here and in progress, if you click on this one, you can see this one, why CS2 drinking games should be banned. It's the one that we just saw. If we click here on add link, I made a mistake because my add link is not here. So please make sure that it's always very easy to like backtrack things and make sure everything here is, linked properly. So I can just click on that button and I can go immediately into the add link. It's very important for, ease of use. But yeah, here you can see, for example, the measurable impressions is 3,175. Also, like we saw before, it's not good, right? So we gotta pause this. So ideally, you pause it at the add group level. So you can just go to add groups and then you pause here, pause. Okay. So that's now this is paused. Now it's not going to spend any more money, and that's essentially that. So now we're going into the section of how to manage these campaigns, right? We already there. It's like what I would recommend if you're like, let's say, in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. The best way actually to do like very easily is like the first thing that we showed here. So if we go to view all campaigns in this view, and if you then go sort by measurable impressions, you'll be able to see like very quickly, like, okay, 900, let's say like this is 10 is green, let it green obviously because it still needs to go. 3,000, this is a problem that needs to be turned off. You can just like pause it from here, right? So like you can just pause that from here and then the problem is solved. But then once you see that it's above 1,000 measurable impressions, then another action has to be taken by you. Meaning you have to fill in the information from that ad, because that ad now is concluded, and you're gonna have to fill in that information of that particular advertisement. So if you see, for example, this one, okay, it's more than 1,000 measurable impressions, you pause that, great. You go back to your Notion, you move why CS2 drinking games should be banned from in progress to done. That's the first step that you do. And then there's an automation here, so that will remove from the screen automatically. Okay, so if it's moved to done, it's moved. But now we go into the second view, which is called tested hooks. The hooks, like this is the type of creative that we are testing. The hook is the first 6 seconds of this video. That's called the hook, right? And we are testing these hooks, and so like just for you to understand. But let's click into tested hooks. Now, what do we see here? We see a lot of information. So,
could you please maximize your screen?
Yeah. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. So in tested hooks, you will see if they're just finished, these rows will be empty, this information, because this is the information that you will have to add. Okay. So in this row, why CS2 drinking games should be banned, we don't see this information of 25% watched, 50% watched, 75% watched, 100% watched. We don't see that. Your job is to enter that information. Where can you find that information? Very simple.
In the Google Ads.
Exactly. And because you have linked that, it's very easy for you to do that. So you just click on that, and then in this particular Google Ads, it's like set up in a way for you to have this view to easily put in the information. So here you can see video play to 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. These are the numbers that you're going to be having to enter. If you ever have issues and you don't see it like this, you can just click on columns, and you can click on this one, shorts, with 3 S's.
Okay.
and then you'll be able to have like the correct view. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Rounded up, there should be no numbers after the comma, and just round it up. So like 76.76 will be 77, 51.44 will be 51. So everything above 0.5 is +1 on the left. Everything below 0.5 is, that's no more words needed. 40. So in this case, 76.76, we go back to Notion. 25% watched, so that is 77, right? Because if we round up 76.76, that's 77. This one is 51, right? So 50, important, 50% watched, 50% watched, okay. So that was 51. 75%, how much was that? 40, yeah, so that's 41 rounded up. 41. And then 100% watched, that's 34.13, so that's essentially 34. 34. Cool. That's that. The other part of information that you need to fill in is the retention curve. So I forgot to give you access. I'll give you access now. Just 1 second. If I go to, should be here. Let's remove that. Invite. Okay, just give me 1 second to log in.
Okay. Okay.
I hope this is not overwhelming. I know there's a lot of information. You'll get the recording also of this. I hope this is not too overwhelming for you.
It's not like that. I get that point and I can understand, but in the middle, I cannot understand few things. So if you share the tutorial, I will learn them.
Okay.
Because your screen is the textures are very compressed, so I cannot be able to see what is the text it is. So that is
Okay.
the problem.
Okay. Right, you should have gotten an invitation on your email again. So can you just double check your mSocialverse email? You should have gotten an invitation to
Yeah.
YouTube Studio.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry.
Let me know when you're logged in.
This is the link, right?
Sorry?
This is the link, correct?
I can't
You
see your
just
screen.
chat. So, yeah, 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, tell me.
Yes?
Yeah.
Are you inside?
Um, you mean the Slack, right? I have already installed.
No, no, no. You gotta sign into YouTube.
YouTube, okay.
Go to your Gmail and find any
Yeah,
invitations on YouTube from YouTube.
yeah. Sorry, we found some errors. Invalid URL.
Can you share me your screen once, please?
Just 1 second. Yeah, it's just that. You can view my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all fine, right? So I do not touch anything here, right? Create channel. I can
Yeah,
give
just
new
create channel.
channel.
That's fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Switch channels. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Continue. Good. You're in. All right. You don't need anything. You don't need anything else. You're in. So you can stop sharing your screen. I will share my screen and I will explain like the steps
Yes,
that you
yeah,
need to
yeah,
take there.
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so these steps are now also added to the step-by-step instructions in writing. So after checking the percentage of people who watch 25%, etc., and putting that into Notion under the relevant column, you got to update the YouTube
Okay,
retention link in Notion. So in Notion, you'll see
okay,
this thing called retention curve, and there
okay,
is where this particular link has to be placed. Now, where do you find this link? If you go to the Google Doc, so you can just click on this hyperlinked. So this is essentially
okay,
YouTube Studio. In YouTube Studio, you'll be able to find all the different videos, shorts that have been uploaded. This one is hyperlinked
okay,
automatically to the shorts. So you
okay,
find the video of the creative that you just started, putting the information inside of the Notion. In this case, for us, it was why CS2 drinking games should be banned. So we find the right creative here, why drinking in CS2 should be banned, right? If you want to
okay,
double check that is the right creative, you can just click on here, like the YouTube link there, and you can watch like this particular
Every 5 seconds
creative, right? So it's
take
like me taking a shot. If we go
okay,
here in this one and we click on it, sorry, you don't click there, you click here, analytics, and then here you can play also the video.
every
Here.
5 seconds we take a
Yeah, it's the same. So it's the same video as me taking a shot. So you click on that. You click on this analytics button, right? After you find the right creative,
okay,
you click here on see more, and then you take this URL. You copy this URL. This is the URL that you need, and then you paste that into this one,
okay,
retention curve, and that's it.
okay,
That's it. So now we have gone from the starting point, which is finding an ad to like launch that's in not started, to going to in progress, to going to essentially to done, right?
okay,
That is the majority of this particular thing. But now about the costs. So if a thing is done, like if a campaign just ran, please go and add the cost as well for that particular campaign and manage the cost. Now, to be completely transparent, I am more relying on your expertise on how you want to do that, because I will tell you like, hey, this is the end goal that I need to achieve, and I'm counting on your expertise to like to go there. So I need to have an overview of where the money is going. So how much money is being spent, where and when in what weeks,
Okay.
and what countries are more expensive than others, what countries are cheaper than others, and essentially like I'm looking at you to make sure that we get the most amount of value for our money, because
Okay.
we don't need to spend 40 dirham on this particular ad, right? Because we only
Okay.
need 1,000 measurable impressions, but we have 3,175. And that's just
Yeah.
purely because I didn't pay attention to it. So if you pay attention to it, then you pause the ad group before, like after it hits 1,000, and then it stops spending
Okay.
money. So if in this case, like let's manage the cost. The cost can be found here in the ad groups, or it can also be found in ads if you change the. I'll just add that here real quick, so it's easy for you. You can find it everywhere. There we go. So you can find the cost also here of this particular ad, right? And I'll make it a little bit easier for you, right?
Could you please maximize your screen?
Yeah. So you can see cost here, right? Do you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this cost is that's how much money this particular ad costed. So this information
Okay.
needs to be put somewhere inside of a spreadsheet in order to allow yourself to understand like what are the more expensive countries and where is the money
Okay.
going. So this is 39 dirham. What I've done before, but again, this is really like in a very amateurish way. If we go here to shorts cost, we can put here the measurable impressions, 3,000. How much was it exactly? That's not this one. Was 3,175.
175.
Yeah. So I can just copy that from here also, by the way. So like just Control C, measurable impressions. Let's do 175. Okay, the short, so that's the name of the short itself. So that's always going to be the video title, right? Why CS2 drinking games should be banned.
Yeah.
Put that here. The viewable impressions, don't worry about that. You don't need that. It's just measurable impressions. So we're just going to be deleting this column.
Okay.
Country, very important, because this allows you to find out what country is more expensive than others. So the country in this case, you will find always here on the campaign level. So
Australia.
yeah, Australia. So because we name every campaign like the name of the country. That's how we keep things a little bit organized here. So
Okay.
Australia, Austria, Belgium. So in this case, it's Australia. So we can just write Australia here.
Okay.
And then the cost, it was, I'm not sure from the top of my head, 39 AD. So 39 AD, the cost, like write down 39 here. Now one more thing, so because you will essentially, this is like your data entry to where everything starts. So if you want to get if I want to get a breakdown of okay, how much money did we spend last week, then it's through these Google Sheets that we will be able to find this answer. And ideally, I would like you to create some kind of an overview or some kind of a dashboard that lives inside of this Google Sheets that is able to see like how much money that we've spent like the last week, the last month, like what countries are like more expensive than others at the moment. So I'm giving you the freedom to like do that how you see fit, and I'm relying on your expertise in accounting and these kind of things to to get that done. But important, yeah, the end date. So what was the end date of this campaign? What was the last day that this ad ran? In our case, it was today, right? Because we just did it today. So we write down 26, September. Or if you want to be using the date, yeah, there we go, 26 September. That should be good. And now the cost is written down here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's the last step that you would do after the campaign is finished, to put that information inside of here. And then this is essentially managed.
Okay.
Any questions?
Mm, no, I don't have.
Okay. So yeah, like everything that we talked about is in writing essentially. Like these steps.
Okay.
If anything is off, feel free to change that. You have editing access. I will share you this video where we gone through everything. That will be very helpful, I hope. And that's essentially going to be it for now. An important thing. So it might be that you will see that an ad didn't run. So let's go. It didn't pass the review stage. So if we go here in ad groups, view all campaigns, we can kind of see like which ads like are like we can see all the ads, right? Here, this you can see all ads are under review. So this ad is still under review. Now it might be that it gets disapproved, and that's the problem, because then the ad will not run and we will not be able to get the 1,000 measurable impressions. How do we fix that if something is disapproved? It's very simple. Let's say for this one, right? You see all ads are disapproved. You just click on this one, appeal.
Okay.
Okay, you just click on appeal. Please, before you do anything, always click on this one first. Learn more about policy violations. Sorry. Click on this one first. If this is the reason, right, click on that one first so it just open, because Google knows that. After you've done that, just go back to appeal. And then you do dispute decision. Very important. Just dispute the decision. Write down the affected ads in this ad group. Not all affected ads or all affected ads in the account. No, just the affected ads in this ad group. Click on this. And then click on submit. And that's it. And now you wait. And 9 out of 10 times, it will get accepted. If it's still not accepted, like if it gives like another, like if it's again disapproved, try again. If it's still disapproved, just send me a message, and then we got to figure out, because then we did something wrong in order to against their policies, because normally all the content we make goes with their policies. They just have automatic checks that flags correct content. So yeah, if you see like, hey, this ad is not running because of that problem, like, and you try to solve that twice, and it is like by appealing, just send a message in Slack.
Yeah, sure.
Oof, that's everything so far. So I'm just gonna drop you like right in, and because that will be the best thing to learn. This will not be today, but it will be from tomorrow, for you to expect like some videos here in the not started tab. Okay.
Okay.
So today you can go in and you can watch the tutorial. You can get more comfortable with Google Ads, Notion, Slack. So use that time.
Yeah.
From tomorrow, there's gonna be a bunch of different like videos here in hook testing, and I'm gonna need you to like start moving them like accordingly and executing like everything that we just talked about. Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay? Did we survive this session? Are we still alive?
Yeah, I'm good. It was so interesting. Actually, I'm learning a few things extra.
Okay.
So it was quite interesting.
Nice. Okay, no, I haven't talked that long in a long time. Like for 1 hour and 30 minutes straight.
That's fine. No issues.
Cool. So I will share you the recording, and if you don't have any other questions, then I believe we can conclude this particular meeting.
Yeah, if I have any queries while I'm watching, I'll send it to you a text message. So when you get time, you can send me a voice note regarding that clarifications.
Perfect. Just send me on Slack. I'm available on Slack. And
Yeah,
sure. If you have any issues, just let me know. All right, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And good luck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerald.
Yeah,
Speak to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, sure. Bye bye.